All right, kettlebell dead snatch. Let's talk about the dead part. The dead part means that I'm pulling it from the ground. It's on the ground when I pull it up each and every rep, as opposed to a swing snatch where I would swing it between my legs and bring it up. First things first, you are gonna hinge down to get that kettlebell. I'm not squatting. There might be a little bit of squat in there so I can reach the kettlebell. This is an explosive power movement. The grip of the kettlebell, it's gotta be a light grip because that kettlebell is going to rotate all the way around and it is going to land on the back of your forearm as it goes up. Let's talk about the trajectory of the kettlebell. I'm not swinging this kettlebell out. I am literally going to rip it off the ground with all the force I can muster, and I'm gonna try to throw it through the ceiling, straight up. I'm not swinging it out. I'm pulling it straight up. My elbow is gonna drive up and back. And what you'll see is the kettlebell is not gonna land and slap me on the back of the forearm, because it is going to get onto my forearm and rest there before I complete that full lockout. So here's what it looks like. And maybe we can slow this down for you guys so you can see it in slow motion, but let me show you a few times here. So I'm gonna rip it off the ground with all the force I can muster, and it's gonna go straight up. And it lands softly on my wrist as I travel up. Now, as you're practicing this, if you're new to it, it's gonna flip a few times. It's gonna take you a few practice rounds to get that movement down. But stay with it. Your goal is, again, to rip it off the ground, drive that elbow back, and punch through that kettlebell, driving it up. So here's what it looks like again. And it's really important that you have that loose, tight grip, right? It's tight enough that I'm not gonna let it go, but it's loose enough that it's doing what it wants to do. It's freely moving within my grip. All right, so here's what I'm not doing. I'm not pulling that kettlebell up and flipping it. That is not what I'm doing. It's not a flip. And how I avoid that is I pull the elbow back and punch straight up, because again, the line of the kettlebell, if you'll watch, it's literally going straight up. It's flipping over, but it's going straight up. And that is the kettlebell snatch.